Alrighty, so I made $10,000 in 24 hours with my dropshipping store, and in this video, I'm going to pretty much just be breaking down the exact strategy that I was able to implement to actually be able to do this with only 2 months of running a store. Yes, you heard me right. This took me literally 2 months to implement, and in this video, I'm going to pretty much just be breaking down exactly how I do this now for every single one of my stores. And why am I doing this? I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm just feeling like you guys should know this because this is literally something that nobody is fucking gonna tell you for free. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just break it down in this video. So again, I'm going to be talking about how I made $10,000 in a day with branded organic dropshipping. You heard me right, branded organic dropshipping. And before you click out of this video, yes, we are still dropshipping. We're not branding anything. And I'm going to be explaining exactly how this works. I know that sounded a little crazy, okay? Credibility, as you guys can see right here, I did this during the 25th of January of 2025. We hit an 8.5K day, and then the next day I hit a 1.1K day. All right, so yeah, almost 10K. Gotcha. But still, I literally recorded the whole process of me doing this in this video. So if you guys do want to go check that out, I literally recorded the whole process, like literally live filmed the whole entire drop process, and you can literally see me printing live. So if you don't believe me, just go ahead and watch that video. Also, I've generated over $100,000 with organic dropshipping alone. As you guys can see, these are all my stores. Again, I have this one blurred out because this one's currently making me money. So I can't really leak that right now. But yeah, over 100K credibility. There you go. Okay. So everyone who actually watches this video, okay, and implements this strategy has an insane advantage over 99.9% of the competition. I'm telling you this right now from the bottom of my heart. Nobody is doing this in the organic dropshipping space. Okay, nobody's doing this. Nobody's thinking like me. Sorry, wow, that sounded crazy, but like nobody's really thinking outside of the box like this to be able to hit these kind of days. And no, before you click off, no, I don't have a primed IG account. Okay. So yeah, you will leave this video knowing exactly how to be able to do this with your products immediately. Like start doing this today if you wanted to. You're going to be learning the exact strategy that I've created to be able to do this without a primed IG account. Okay, so there is no primed IG account needed. Okay, and I'm going to be showing you how to build a brand and a community to make you money consistently. So if you actually watch this whole entire video, you put the phone down, you don't have TikTok brain, you're not brain rotted, this is exactly what I'm going to be teaching you in this video. Okay, so take some notes, get some pen and paper out. I highly advise you take some notes because this is actually going to change a lot of what you start doing in terms of the stuff that you're going to start implementing within your stores, your content, your products, everything. Okay. And no, I don't have anything to sell you. Okay, this is just going to be pure value. Got some really good feedback from my last video, so might as well just continue to do this. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay. So the exact criteria to be able to do this. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to lie to you and be like, oh, you can just go ahead and run a fidget toy, a little fidget spinner, and be able to do this. No, you need to actually have a winning / validated product to be able to run this. Okay. The product should preferably fall into a passionate niche, and it should be a brandable product. Okay, this is very broad in terms of the term that I use, brandable product. Like, what do you mean by that, Kevin? I'm going to be explaining in a little bit, but just remember this kind of little criteria, just these 3 things that you're going to need. Okay, and again, you don't necessarily need a winning product like in hand right now, making you like 50K a month. Like, again, if you know that there's a winning product out there, right, that you could run it successfully, maybe using a different marketing angle and actually being able to go viral with that product, then you can do this, right? I'm not saying you need like an 100K a month product, 50K per mil product. We just need a winning / validated product to be able to do this, okay? So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about it. So the product, okay, like I said, the product should already be doing lots of views and have demand, all right? Most likely already going viral on TikTok, the validation app. So as you guys know, or maybe don't know, TikTok as a platform is the validation app that us organic dropshippers use to validate our products. So, off the bat, we're posting on TikTok, and usually TikTok will give us a good sign of whether this product is a good winning product, and if it's going to get us a lot of views. Okay, and this is what every dropshipper does in the beginning. You post on TikTok first, and then you go ahead and test with Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever it may be after. But yeah, we always start on TikTok because that is our validating product or app. Sorry, again, there's no cuts in this video. If I mess up, I mess up. And again, this product should already be getting consistent sales, and it should fall into a very passionate niche. So in this little picture right here, we have a brand called Mirrorless Apparel. If you guys don't know, these guys started this whole trend of print-on-demand shoes. As of today, I don't think they're no longer doing print on demand. They're actually making like crazy custom cleats because they've been able to scale this brand to multiple six figures. But in the beginning, they were selling print on demand shoes. Believe it or not, yes, you can do print on demand clothing, accessories, whatever you could possibly think of. But these guys were the first to get into the print on demand Christian shoes. Okay, if you guys haven't heard of these, I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick. But first, let me explain this. All right, so again, the product does not have to be custom, okay? We're not having to buy MOQ here. There's no need for that. This can be done with any AliExpress product, print-on-demand product, clothing, whatever you may imagine, okay? This could be done with any sort of thing you want. Like realistically, a lot of clothing brands do this. A lot of like big 7-8 figure brands do this. So again, it's very evergreen in terms of what this system can do for you, okay? This isn't just niche down to print on demand. This could be ran with multiple products, okay? Just make sure it's not a Dollar Tree dropshipping product. And again, like I mentioned earlier in this video, let's just not run any like fidget little fucking toys that you can literally get on Dollar Tree. This really doesn't make sense because again, you really cannot make a brand out of a fucking fidget toy and like really just sell a story to people. And yeah, let's just try and stay away from shit like this. Again, we are looking for winning / validated products, okay? So the marketing is going to be extremely crucial, okay? Because again, you need to put yourself in the position of brand owner / the creator of the product, okay? Like how are we possibly going to start our own brand if we don't actually put ourselves into that position of owner, right? A lot of people, when they make content, you know, they're not even mentioning that they make the product or that they're the owner of the account. You know, people are really dumb nowadays and they just don't understand that. They don't know. And if you don't tell them, they're not going to know. So your marketing angle from now on should revolve around your small business, right? Revolving that you're a small business, that you hand make these products, and that you are the business owner, right? Because that's just going to connect so much more with your audience. Because again, when you go into a farmer's market, when you go to like these little tag sales, you know, you feel that much more connected to the person that's selling because you're like, oh, this is a small little business, you know, I really want to support them. And if they can convey a message and a story to you that you can really relate to, they're pretty much selling that vibe to you, if that makes sense, right? And this is why I'm saying it's super important to actually target a very passionate niche. And this is perfect, right? He targeted Christians. Again, I will show you in a little bit, don't worry. And Christians are a super passionate niche of people. And again, if you can kind of sell that vibe to a very passionate audience, and niche demographic of people, then it's just going to do that much better. So as you guys probably see on your burner nowadays, if you guys are doing the burner method for product research, you are seeing a lot of these grandma videos, right? If you guys take a look right here, the text says, please stay 9 seconds to help my husband's slippers business, okay? This video went extremely viral. As you guys can see, got over 500,000 views. And if you guys take a look at the comments, which I will show in a little bit, you can see that people really did relate to this, right? Because people are just trying to support. You know, there's a lot of nice people out there, and they're truly just want to support a small business, right? And again, this person is putting himself in the position of brand owner, right? He's framing himself as the the brand owner, the creator of the product, etc. Okay, so let me go ahead and take a look. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at the video. So again, let's go ahead and take a look at the puppy slippers right here. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted. Oh shit. But you get the gist, right? It's a whole little story pretty much explaining to you that, these slippers are made from, her husband, and that, he's always working on it. It looks like a great guy. You can literally see him making these slippers. Obviously, this is all like ripped UGC that this guy probably found off TikTok. But if we actually take a look at the comments, right, people are really just like, wow, filling this with love. 21K likes, people actually trying to help, like liking and replying to the comments boost more, 30K likes. And again, a lot of people are just really trying to support this small business. And so when, again, you put yourself in that position, that power position of, brand owner, small business vibes, and you can actually sell that vibe within the marketing that you're doing for your organic dropshipping products, then bro, people are just going to be enticed to just buy your shit, right? They're going to be enticed to, help out, comment, engage, which will then lead to conversions, right? And again, people are going to be like, oh, this is like an actual business. Let me go ahead and follow and, kind of join them on the ride, right? Again, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Mirrorless Apparel like I mentioned before. So again, a little bit more Gen Z kind of ad right here. But again, this guy puts himself in that power position of brand owner when his text hook literally says, no one wants your little Bible shoes, right? So again, he says this is his brand, and this is somebody mocking his brand. So again, he makes the marketing just off the bat convey that he is the one selling the product. And then he does a great job at just demonstrating how cool the fucking shoe looks. I mean, let's be honest here. This is fucking dope. I would actually buy this. And he does a great job. Great trending audio. The audio just very Gen Z. The vibes. But if we take a look at the comments, right? People are saying this might be the best ad that I've ever seen. I get the reference. I can walk on water. People are out here trying to support 10 out of 10 presentation. How much longer till they drop? So there's 1,300 people that are actually like, how long until they drop, right? So again, you could see that there's a lot of people that actually want these because again, this guy put himself in that power position of, brand owner. He does a great job with the marketing. And again, this is just going to convert so much better than you running just some random little fidget toy that no one gives a shit about, right? They can go ahead and buy at the Dollar Tree, right? Another thing I want to say as well is like piggybacking to what I said about people trying to follow the journey. They're going to go ahead and follow, and they're going to go ahead and just keep watching your videos, kind of stay in your little ecosystem. But the only way this really works, like, especially for you, like, just imagine yourself, like, when you're scrolling, when you're seeing all these, like, influencers and maybe you relate to one of them, the sole reason why you follow is because A, you relate to that person, B, there's something that, you maybe want from them, or like something like you're like, wow, that's super cool. And you're just kind of, and third, you're just kind of like tagging along for the ride, right? You kind of want to see what they're going to be doing in the next couple of months, how they grow. And again, you really have to sell this small little business vibe, okay, if that makes sense. So now that we have a video that goes viral, okay, what do? We have to actually nurture our community. We have to nurture these views. So if there's one thing that I personally learned since I started this, is that it's a lot easier to keep 100 customers than to get 100 new ones. All right, that just makes sense, okay? So once you go viral and start getting new followers, you need to actually take advantage of this and make sure you're keeping them and collecting their information. And I'll explain why in a little bit. You need to nurture your followers and funnel them to a platform where you can do this more efficiently, aka Instagram, okay? And this is where we get into the branding. So like I said, most of the time we are validating products through TikTok, right? We always start on TikTok because this is our validation app, right? We're always gonna start here. So once this product does get validated, we get some really good views, okay? Then this is where we actually lock in on the marketing. We put ourselves in the position of the brand owner. We build some sort of community within this little TikTok ecosystem. And then we bring all this traffic into a more validated and more efficient platform, aka Instagram. All right, so I actually did this with Merkface. Unfortunately, I did this a little bit too late within my journey, but now with this information, I would have done it so much earlier. So essentially what you do here is once you start gaining traction, we have views, okay, as you guys can see. Is there like a little marker I could use to like kind of show you? There we go. I'm more of a visual guy. So we have validation, okay, lots of views. And then what I actually started to implement is you add your Instagram handle in the bio of your profile. But Kevin, why would I ever want to do this? Wouldn't my conversion rate go down? So let me explain. In the grand scheme of things, sure, your conversion rate might go down just a small percentage. But like I said before, Instagram being such a powerful platform, we're going to be funneling every single person that watches all our viral videos and actually funneling them into our Instagram account, okay? The reason I'm doing this, okay, sorry, the reason I'm doing this is because Instagram as a platform is a lot better, okay? It's a lot better of a platform for branding, okay? When it comes to TikTok, there are no highlights, there are nothing to really just brand, right? But for Instagram, which I will explain in a little bit, there is just so much more that you can do. So yes, your CVR conversion rate might go down a slight bit, but trust me, in the long term, this is gonna print you so much money. And yes, I said it correctly, you could funnel followers from TikTok to your Instagram and actually manually prime a Instagram account without having to be lucky. Let me say that one more time. You can manually prime an Instagram account without having to be lucky. Okay, it doesn't have to be a fucking twilight in the moon for you to have a primed Instagram account. You don't have to make an account at 3 a.m. in the morning with, your feet up in the air doing a 360. No, like this is a legitimate way on how to prime a Instagram account. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy. I know. So, branding your Instagram. Like I said, Instagram gives you the ability to add branded highlights, story links, content, and so much more compared to TikTok and YouTube. Okay. Like we know, Instagram is the superior platform at the moment. That's just the reality of things. Okay. It's a higher authority platform. So when you see somebody with a lot more followers on Instagram than TikTok, you just give them more authority. Who cares if you have, 50K on TikTok, 21K on TikTok? If I look at an account and I see, he has 248K followers on Instagram, he's got motion. Okay. You got a little bit more motion on Instagram. Okay. And again, you can connect with your community so much more. So again, going back to the example here, we have Crochet Cure. Okay. This is a massive 6-figure organic dropshipping product right here. They specialize in crochet devices. So again, this is a very branded approach to their profile, which is why they're fucking ripping. Okay. As you guys can see, their bio is very, up to date. It's very optimized. Again, it's pretty much explaining, what they do, worldwide shipping. You can get a free crochet ring and, the link in bio. Another thing I want you to look at as well is they have really nice highlights. Wow, that's very fat. Why is it so thick? That's what he said. We have very nice highlights, okay? Very aesthetic, very pleasing to the eye and the target demographic, very girly, okay? But as you guys can see, we have highlights of UGC / influencers actually using their product. We have a highlight on how to actually order, reviews, customer reviews, new arrivals, so new variations, new tools, new sales, etc., and Q&A from people that are actually interested in buying. So if they have any questions, they can go ahead and answer it right here. But as you guys can see, this is so much more branded than this boring ass little TikTok, profile. So as you guys can see, there's a reason why I like to funnel all my followers to an Instagram, because again, you can connect so much more with your community, and it's just a higher authority platform that's honestly superior at the moment. I don't know what TikTok's gonna do in the future, but as of now, Instagram is 100% superior when it comes to customizing and branding your account. Okay? You got it? You guys still following along? Please remember, put the fucking phone down. All right? Tell your girlfriend she could wait a little bit longer. All right, so keeping customers and collecting info. This is where we get into the nitty gritty here, right? So again, we are assuming that we are going viral. Okay, we are getting a shit ton of views. We are funneling our views into this Instagram account. We are branding our Instagram account. We are nurturing our audience. We are feeding them with constant ideas in terms of, content. We're really locking in on stories and, adding link to bio, link to stories, CTAs, whatever it may be. Okay, we're doing daily stories. We're really nurturing our audience, right? Because the reason why we're nurturing is so they can trust us, right? So keeping customers and collecting info, right? So what I like to use is Klaviyo. Okay, Klaviyo is a marketing app for stuff like this. Okay, so again, we are trying to do as much, or we're trying to keep as much information as possible about our customers to make us money in the long run. So again, what I typically like to do, and these are literally my profiles at the moment for one of my brands. So again, we have 3,748 active emails that I can go ahead and just blast to customers that have opted in for that. And then I also have a huge SMS list of 1,700 people. So I have 1,700 people I can instantly just text right now, talking about an offer, a new variation, a new sale, a new collection, whatever it may be. So this is insanely powerful, because this is just super hot traffic that is already interested in your product, signing up for, these lists. Okay, and let me explain what these kind of are. So basically, what I do, right, is I add a discount pop-up within my website to start collecting emails and phone numbers, right? So once I'm gaining traction, you're going to be getting a lot of people within, just going to your website naturally, right? That's just what happens when you go viral and you add a link to bio, right? People click on this bio and they just visit your website, right? So what I like to do is I like to have these little discount pop-ups, right? And again, we want as many people to opt in to keep them in our little ecosystem, our little community that we just pretty much built. And again, these are already qualified leads. These are already people that are semi-interested in buying our product. There's a reason why they went to your website, right? And let me show you exactly a sequence, one of the sequences that Crochet Cure actually uses, which I personally use for my brands, to actually be able to pull this off, right? Like, how the fuck do you have 3,748 people signed up for your email and almost 2,000 people for your SMS list? Okay, this is exactly how you do it, right? So this is the example sequence right here, right? So first, when they open up the website, they are introduced with this, right? Get 10% off your order and be the first to hear about our new product drops, all right? So you're like, oh, fuck yeah, let me get 10%. You add in your email, right? It's a little bit easier to add your email than your phone number because, well, not a lot of people, I know people check their email, but it's more, there's more friction when it comes to providing a phone number. Okay, that's just how the world works, right? So again, you're gonna go ahead and provide them with this little 10% discount. And how do we actually get the phone number? So after this, and this is something they didn't do, is there's another pop-up, there's another sequence that goes, join our VIP club, enter your number, and be the first to know about our VIP member deals. So this is actually like, holy shit, I feel like so exclusive, I feel so cool, I want to join this VIP club. And so you go ahead and provide that phone number. But what I would personally do, and this is exactly what I do with my brand, is instead of a just little cool VIP pop-up, I actually go ahead and offer a way better discount. Right? So I'll either do a 15% or a 20%. I'm currently split testing with 15%. It's doing really, really good. The opt-ins are absolutely amazing, as you guys can see right here, like 1,700 people. That's insane. And so I've been able to get a lot more numbers just by adding an extra little discount, okay? Because again, in the grand scheme of things, this is so worth it, right? Because again, you have someone's personal number, and when they get a text message, they are obligated to take a fucking look because everybody is brain rotted nowadays and they go ahead and check their phone, right? And a text message is so much more visible than an email because the email has a chance to go into that junk mail and then nobody fucking sees it. But an SMS list, right? An email, a text, there's no fucking junk mail. You just get a text, right? So it's just so freaking powerful. Okay, super, super powerful to be able to do this, right? Because it's insane, right? All right, so Kevin, now we have all these emails, we're getting all these numbers. Now what the fuck do I do? All right, so now we go into the retargeting. Okay, so obviously, like, you're going viral, you're getting sales. Like, I'm not saying you're not gonna get sales, but you're gonna be getting sales naturally because you're going viral, you're printing, yada, yada, yada. So this is where we get into retargeting, right? So this is where we actually go ahead and retarget all the customers that opted in with new discounts, variations of our product, new collections just for them. So again, you're making them feel special with, some sort of wording of like VIP club, exclusive club, whatever it may be. And you're going to be able to directly hit them up because remember, you have their number and their email, and actually offer them new discounts specifically for them, new variations, new collections that you drop, etc., right? And again, this is insanely powerful because you can send them new offers directly to their phone number. And like I said, everyone checks their text messages, right? It's like inevitable. And again, this opens the opportunity for drops, flash deals, and overall more money in your pocket, right? And again, I know you're probably getting lost here. Like, Kevin, I know a lot of clothing brands do this. Like, I don't want to fucking start a clothing brand. Guys, you don't necessarily need to, right? I'm just giving you guys different ideas of what you can do with holding such power of collecting emails and SMS, right? So again, you could do drops, right? Let's say you have a product with multiple variations. Sure, you can go ahead and introduce a new variation every month. Cool, that's awesome. Or you can offer super exclusive discounts like flash deals that are like only 24 hours and blast them to fucking 5,000 people at once, right? Or you can introduce new collections of, I don't know, like a clothing brand or whatever. Like, let's say you're doing like seasonal clothing, whatever, and just let people know about it, right? So again, this is really up to you, to what you want to do. What I've personally done is every time I introduce a new variation of a product, right, that I find on AliExpress, I fucking go ahead and just blast 5,000 people about it. And that's how I'm able to hit almost these 10K days, right? It's simple. Look at the conversion rate. This is hot traffic, guys. This is people that are already like wanting to buy the product in the first hand. And as you guys can see, 9.87 conversion rate, completely organic marketing, no fucking paid ads. Second day, we did 2.6, right? This is completely unheard of when it comes to organic. You're not getting a 9.8 conversion rate organically through a fucking, viral video on TikTok. That's just not happening, okay? But this is what I'm saying. When you build this community, when you have these sort of systems in place to be able to do this on a consistently fucking basis, you go from a level 1 crook to a fucking demigod, right? In a couple of months, right? And this is what no one's freaking telling you about, right? This is some very high level tactical stuff that you learn as time goes on and you build a brand, right? But again, you can start implementing this immediately. If you're making 10K a month, if you're making 5K a month from a product, you can go ahead and start implementing these tactics immediately and start these sequences ASAP, okay? And again, the whole goal of this is to build something bigger than you. As time goes on, your SMS to email list will continue to grow and you'll be able to contact more people, right? Like as you go more viral, as time goes on, your list is going to just continue to fucking explode. This equals more eyes on your new products from people that are already way more prone to buying. So again, if we have a general store, right, and if we have a big Instagram account like this person does, right, they're just introducing new products monthly, right? And people that are already prone to buying because they fucking opted in, they're going to most likely buy again. So again, it's like a never-ending fucking flywheel of just printage because you're introducing new products, you're blasting people with emails and text, you're making viral content, you're funneling into a platform that's actually way more brandable and way more trustworthy, and you're fucking printing, right? You're absolutely printing. So I hope you guys are still listening and keeping up to this because this is some really high level stuff that no mentorships are going to fucking teach you. But final takeaways. Yes, at the end of the day, we are still dropshipping. Like I told you, you can do this with any sort of product, print on demand, AliExpress, whatever the fuck it may be. You don't need to customize any product or brand until you really want to. So I didn't really do this until I made my first 100K, right? So once I hit like 100K in revenue with one of the brands, I was like, all right, I might as well just add my own logo to it. I might as well like start making my own custom variations because it's just going to take me a lot further, right? And again, this can be done and implemented immediately with any product. And this is honestly exactly how I was able to take my store from $500 days to 10K days in less than 2 months, right? So if you guys go to my videos, you guys see a big jump in the amount of money I start making, right? Once I start implementing this, right? So, I mean, you guys can go ahead and take a look at my vlogs. Like they did not look the fucking same. I was not hitting 10K days, right? I was hitting like $200 days. But the moment I actually realized this and I was like, holy shit, I just put 2 and 2 together. This is when you can actually create this sort of flywheel and build a community that's going to be bigger than you. And again, you really never know where this could go, right? You can go for a crazy exit and sell your store, sell your Instagram account, your TikTok account for an insane amount of money. I was just talking to a guy 2 weeks ago that sold his Instagram account for $70,000 profit because he did exactly this. Like he built a community. He proved the investor that this is something that could be replicated on a monthly basis. And, once you have a community of people that actually trust you, follow your vision, and enjoy your products, they're just going to continue buying, right? Like, why do you think you get emails from all these cool brands that you fucking buy from on a daily basis? Because you're in their little ecosystem, and now you can start implementing this with your organic dropshipping products, okay? And yeah, that's pretty much the video. That's pretty much all I have to say. Again, this is some very high level stuff that again took me a while to learn, but if you implement this now, you're gonna start making a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you're not gonna learn this from anybody else, right? I'm here to just keep it a buck with you, okay? So if you guys did enjoy the video, drop a like, subscribe. Again, just leave some feedback in the YouTube comments and let me know if you guys want to see more of this stuff. If you guys are interested in working with me personally, I'm gonna be leaving a little bit more detail about that in the description below the video, because we've been absolutely killing it. I have my students, we're fucking ripping right now. And if you guys do want to work with me personally in like a deeper level and really just take a look at your store specifically, then hit me up in the description below. Also follow me on Instagram. I'd be posting cool shit. I'm trying to have a little bit more Instagram motion. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Drop a like, subscribe, do all that YouTuber bullshit. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.